Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing K-1 fiancé visas. For those who are unaware, it is possible to bring a loved one, specifically a Thai loved one, a Thai girlfriend, someone you're looking to marry, bring to the United States. It is possible to bring them to the United States if you're an American citizen and you're unmarried. You have to have met them in person, however. As we've discussed in other videos, there is a 2-year meeting requirement, wherein you have to have met within 2 years prior to the filing of the case. During COVID, I had a few of these cases that had issues with what I call the meeting filing gap, which is we've met in person, but we're coming up on our 2-year mark for the filing deadline, and we haven't met in the interim, basically. Well, basically, again, to meet the requirement, you need to have met in person within 2 years of filing for a K-1 fiancé visa. If 2 years elapses and you haven't met before the time you filed, even if you file a day before the 2 years have elapsed between the time you last met and the time that you file, that's good under the law. But that said, I have seen a few people, especially during COVID, this was a problem. And then recently I had a case that due to extenuating circumstances, they just haven't met. And this whole filing gap, if you will, the whole meeting filing gap came up, and I thought I'd go ahead and make a video. So, reason for this video is to understand that there is a 2-year meeting requirement. That means you have to have physically met your fiance within 2 years of filing for the fiancé visa. Now, that said, there are exceptions to that, especially religious exceptions. I've actually dealt with an exception to that involving a paraplegic gentleman who his health conditions were such he was just unable to physically meet his fiancée. And to their credit, USCIS, the Department of Homeland Security, and the U.S. Embassy took that into consideration, and they said, look, even though you didn't meet, we're going to go ahead and we'll issue the K-1. Now, during the adjustment process, after they had married, they were heavily scrutinized. But that being said, you know, there are exceptions to the meeting requirement. Regardless of the exceptions, understand you have to file within 2 years as a practical matter, unless there's extenuating circumstances. You need to file within 2 years of meeting. If you create such a gap that 2 years goes by before you can get the thing filed, you're going to have to meet again before you're going to be able to file for a K-1 fiancé visa in order to have later the interview and have that visa issued here in the Kingdom of Thailand.